Hello, hello, I'm back this time with a little Barebones match. This is Barebones Pure. That means there's no kill streaks whatsoever, and as you know in Barebones in general there's no attachments, no perks. As I mentioned in other videos, I really love Barebones matches. It's not that I play them all the time, but I would say I play them almost every time I'm playing Black Ops. And what I do usually, I start with core matches, and then when I get fed up with them because people leave all the time and we're stuck with dogs and Hueys bombarding us, it gets frustrating and very stressful, and the fun ends, and that's when I just say it's time for Barebones matches. And I just find Barebones matches much more relaxing, and they're pretty chill. The only thing is, one thing I hate, I use Ninja in the core matches, and I hate hearing my own footsteps. I don't mind not having any perks and attachments and all those cheap things that people use to get a lot of kills, but I really don't like to hear my own footsteps, because for some reason in Black Ops the footsteps always seem to be behind me. It's not that. It's like in reality when you hear your own footsteps, they're right below you, and in this case it's like I don't know if it's my headphones or whatever, but I always feel like somebody's following me and it's actually my own footsteps I hear. That's I don't know how you guys experiences with that, but that's just, sometimes I get like really paranoid. It's like constantly, oh, somebody following me, and I get shot in the back, and it's not the case. So I'm using the AUG in this game. I have noticed, and that may just be me, that the AUG with no attachments feels a little bit better than if you would use the same weapon in core with absolutely no attachments. I have always used the G11 in this match, or the Galil, and just recently noticed that the AUG actually works for every single map, large or small, in Barebones. So I have used it a lot lately, but I have to say the G11 is still an absolute great gun. The only thing is that for people who prestige frequently like I do, you don't get the G11 until rank 44. That's when you can unlock the Commando, which is the last gun to unlock, and then you get the G11 to unlock. So I can't wait to get the G11. Right now I'm prestige 5, level 37 I believe, so a few more ranks and I get my G11 back, and I just enjoy the G11 because it just feels great. And it takes a little more skill to take people out, because there's no such thing as spraying and praying. So for those of you who don't know how to play a Barebones team deathmatch the best way, here it is. As you can see, there is a mini-map at all times in Barebones matches, although you don't always see where the enemy team is, because the red dots only pop up if they shoot. There's no such thing as a UAV, which is really great. It makes it more realistic. So the best way is to usually not go where your team members go. If your team members run in a pack, you won't really get a lot of kills or get any kills, because especially if your team members are pretty good, and you run after them, you're left out with no kills. Or you won't find anybody. The enemy team is usually not located where your team members are. They're located on the totally opposite end on the map. So what I do usually, I run in the opposite direction of where all my team members are running, and always find the enemy sitting right there where none of my team members hang out. It's just always worked out for me. So as soon as all my team members join me, I leave them and I go in the opposite direction, and voila, there they are, all the enemies or where my team members are like at the other side of the map where there's no enemies. So that works really well most of the time. It doesn't always work like that, but it's a good thing to just try that if you have troubles getting kills. So this is one of the maps that has a lot of good camper spots, and in Barebones you do find campers. They're not as many, but it's usually people that are new to the game or new to Barebones. They have a tendency to camp because it is so that you have, you know, perks, and you don't always see on the minimap where the enemy is. You have not a lot of things that help you, and so it can be a little frightening for somebody who's new because you just run out and the enemy comes out of nowhere, and it is a little more difficult to actually not get caught by the enemy than in core matches. And so you see me running around a lot in Barebones matches, checking corners and checking the typical camper spots, and it's definitely good to know those maps really well before you play Barebones, because you know where they're waiting for you. It's just that they're such typical spots, and you just have to never run around the corner without carefully checking, and never miss listening to the enemy's footsteps, because they can say what they want with the sound whoring. It doesn't work in this game. I do not agree. I have gotten many kills just because I heard the footsteps. And one good thing is, like I mentioned before, which is not considered camping, is if you hear somebody approaching with footsteps, but you're not really sure where it's coming from. It's coming from the left, the right, the front, the back. You just know it's an enemy that's coming and not your own team member, because there's no green arrow in your area. It is very wise, like I do here. Here actually I knew that he was coming from the left, but it's very wise to just go in behind a wall, in a corner, anywhere you can get good cover, and wait until the footsteps are closer to you and you can actually tell where they're coming from. There's no reason to run out and play Rambo just so you have a good video you can put on YouTube and show how cool you are. It's just stupid, because you most likely will die a lot and you will not really help your team at all. So now to something else before this video ends. You probably are all looking forward to the map pack, because as it looks, it's pretty awesome. I'm especially excited about the Berlin Wall map, or Checkpoint Charlie, because I have been to Berlin a few times before the wall came down. I have been to East Berlin. I had to go through Checkpoint Charlie, where they checked the bus and made sure that we didn't take any magazines or anything from the Western world into the Eastern world. And it was pretty weird to be in East Germany and just know that those people are locked up behind those walls. And I'm just interested or curious to see how accurate they made this map. I'm pretty sure they went there personally, took photos or even filmed and made sure it's as accurate as possible, because there's a lot of people in Germany playing this and they would laugh if it wasn't accurate. I can see that the names of the buildings and stores are in German, and that's pretty authentic, so I think that's really cool. So as you can hear, I have an accent. I'm not from Germany, but my mom is. I'm from Switzerland. But I love Berlin, and I haven't seen Berlin since the wall came down, but I know it's a pretty cool city. So until my next video comes out, the map pack most likely will be out. I hope you enjoyed this match and learned something that you didn't know before. I was able to finish here with a ratio of 3.13 and 25 kills and 8 deaths. See you later. Bye bye.